Good morning. I'm here to talk you through the case 07084253, the tailor of Soho. This is the victim, Douglas Millings. He was 63 and a bespoke tailor. And this is how we found him in the back of his old tailor shop, number 5 Old Compton Street. When we found him, he was covered by rubble. And that's his tailor's window where he worked, his workshop was. Below him there was a tenant, and below that was a kitchen. And that's how we found Douglas Millings. He was covered in some rubble, but we assumed that the body was stashed there after the demolition had actually begun. We tried to collect as much evidence as we could and to seal off the site, but because it was so badly damaged, we decided to collect everything that we could and take it back to our lab for further analysis. There were some suspects who saw the thing happening. This first witness claims to have seen a struggle from her window across the courtyard. There was another witness who took photographs of the crime scenes accidentally, and these are the closest links we have to the crime scenes. This witness saw everything happen through her window, which was directly opposite the tailor's window. She described a man with a top hat arguing with the tailor, and she saw a struggle, heard some breaking glass, and saw an object falling down. This is the chef who works in the kitchen on the ground floor, and he claims to have heard some struggles coming from the room above him, which was occupied by our prime suspect at this stage. He was very nervous, so he couldn't give us much detail, and we can tell from his jumpiness that something might not be right. From the evidence we collected, we found evidence of a few suspects on the scene. Keith Moon was one of those, and we found his drumstick and a firework of his. Moon was also on Millings' invoice list to have a suit made, and I pieced together the remainder of the suit, got him to try it on, and the suit was a perfect fit. And when we started questioning him, there was a lot of evidence of his violent history coming through. He was very uncooperative with us. But despite that, we presented him with the evidence we have, evidence of a struggle. There was a broken window through which we think the tailor might have been pushed, and all the evidence points towards Moon. He obviously denied everything, and thought it was quite funny that we would consider him a suspect. And we had a lot of evidence that we presented him with to try and get him to give us an alibi or a confession, neither of which happened. The coroner's report showed that despite what we thought, that the tailor was bruised from the fall and possibly killed by the fall, that in fact the cause of death was by ligature, so he was strangled. And this is our main suspect at this stage. She's the tenant from below, an exotic dancer who had a personal relationship with the tailor. If you look carefully there, you can see that she was lying to us about her alibi and about the happenings of that night. She blames Keith Moon, of course, for everything that happened.